Once upon a tub, there was a rubber duck named Ducky. He lived in a bathtub, but Ducky had a big dream.
If birds can fly, why can't I?
Ducky flapped his little wings. They didn't budge.
This needs more work.
First, Ducky climbed the soap dish. He jumped. He crashed.
Ooh, flying is hard.
Next, Ducky tried balloons. He tied them to his tail. He floated up, up, up. Then pop, he landed with a splash. Finally, Ducky built a giant paper airplane. He squeezed inside. It tipped over.
So much for aerodynamics.
One sunny day, Ducky waddled through the garden and met Sammy the spider. Sammy was busy spinning beautiful, intricate webs that glistened in the sunlight.
Ducky was amazed and asked, "Can you spin me wings, Sammy? I want to fly high in the sky."
Silly Ducky, chuckled Sammy, amused by the request.
Webs are for catching flies, not for flying, but I can show you how to make a cozy nest.
Next, Ducky waddled over to the pond and met Finley the fish. Finley was swimming gracefully, performing flips and gliding through the water with ease. Ducky watched in awe as Finley swam with such elegance and grace.
"Can you teach me to fly, Finley? I want to soar above the trees," Ducky asked eagerly.
Finley paused and blew a bubble, thinking about Ducky's request.
Ducky, you're meant to float, not fly. Embrace who you are and enjoy the water, Finley advised with a smile.
"Float your boat, and maybe it will fly." Ducky felt sad. He had always dreamed of flying, soaring high above the clouds like the birds he often saw in the sky. But here he was, just a rubber duck, stuck by the pond, unable to fulfill his dream. He watched the world around him, feeling a bit down. He watched a little girl play with her toy boat. The boat glided smoothly across the water, catching the sunlight and creating ripples that danced on the surface. The girl laughed and clapped her hands, clearly enjoying the simple pleasure of her toy boat's journey. Ducky couldn't help but feel a pang of envy. The boat bobbed up and down. An idea struck Ducky. What if he could somehow join the boat on its adventure? Maybe, just maybe, he could feel a bit of what it was like to fly. His heart raced with excitement at the thought. He had to try it. He climbed aboard the toy boat. It wobbled slightly under his weight, but soon steadied. Ducky felt a thrill of anticipation. This was it! His chance to experience something new, something exhilarating. He held his wings out like sails. The wind caught them, and for a moment he felt a gentle lift. It wasn't flying, not exactly, but it was close enough to make his heart soar. He closed his eyes and imagined himself gliding through the air. The little girl giggled and blew on the boat. Her breath created a small gust of wind that pushed the boat forward. Ducky felt the movement and opened his eyes, delighted by the sensation. The girl's laughter was infectious, and soon Ducky found himself smiling too. Ducky felt the wind beneath his wings. It was a magical moment. The boat picked up speed, and Ducky felt as if he were truly flying. The world around him seemed to blur as he focused on the feeling of freedom and joy. The boat sailed across the tub. Ducky was flying. He couldn't believe it. His dream, in a way, was coming true. He felt a rush of happiness and a sense of accomplishment. This was more than he had ever hoped for. He may not have been soaring through the sky, but it felt just as amazing. The sensation of gliding across the water, the wind in his wings, and the joy of the little girl made it all perfect. Ducky realized that sometimes dreams come true in ways we don't expect.
"Oh, Ducky, you're doing it! You're really flying!" The little girl cheered, her eyes wide with wonder. She couldn't believe her eyes. Her toy boat and the rubber duck were creating a magical moment right before her.
And just like that, Ducky's dream took a whimsical turn. He had found a way to experience the joy of flight, even if it wasn't exactly as he had imagined. The world was full of surprises, and Ducky was ready to embrace them all. Sometimes dreams come true in the most unexpected ways. Ducky learned that day that with a little imagination and a lot of heart, anything is possible. And so he floated on, ready for whatever adventures lay ahead. Tune in for more feathery fun. Ducky learned a valuable lesson that day. It wasn't just about the act of flying or the mechanics of flapping wings. It was about the journey, the experiences and the friends made along the way. Every flap, every glide and every landing taught Ducky something new about the world and about himself. Flying wasn't just about being in the air, it was about the freedom to explore, to see new horizons, and to chase the sunsets. It was about the thrill of the unknown and the beauty of the skies. It was about following your dreams, no matter how silly they seemed. Dreams are what give us hope and direction. They push us to be better, to reach higher, and to never give up, even when the odds are against us. Want to see more of Ducky's adventures? There's so much more to discover, so many more lessons to learn, and countless more friends to meet. Each episode is filled with excitement, laughter, and heartwarming moments. Subscribe to our channel, Ducky's Dream Flights on YouTube, for more quacking good fun. Join us on this incredible journey and be a part of Ducky's ever-growing family. Don't miss out on the fun and the life lessons that come with each flight.